Yo, what's good? It's Bear in the building. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Kueen Talk. If you are new here, welcome. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe button, leave a comment. Let us know what you think of this episode. Also, make sure to check out queentalk.com. Make sure to get yourself some merch. We got some great guests today, you guys. We got Cece and Kendra, owners of the Stardust and Wanderlust, a queer and BIPOC travel group. That's so dope. Welcome, Kendra, Cece. How y'all doing?
Having us.
Good.
Yes. I wanted to ask you guys, first though, queer BIPOC, it was very specific. Kueen Talk, I was very specific with queer BIPOC. Why did you guys choose to be specific with your travel group?
Go ahead. You got it.
Can I go first? Because we are queer and BIPOC, I think is the shortest, simplest answer. I think with a little bit more intention than that, creating experiences that we need, that we desire, that we lust for, and being surrounded by people that make us feel really good. We're really individual people, but we thrive in community. And over the course of our years apart and together, that's something that we both really developed separately and been able to bring together. Not all of our trips are exclusively BIPOC, but everything is exclusively queer. Some of our trips are centered around BIPOC individuals. Some will be women only, but as long as we're gay, we're here and we're queer. All over
Yes, love it. And I did see that in parentheses on your guys' website, it does say that you guys will have other trips that are not BIPOC.
I have a lot of great non-white friends and some great white friends, and I want to be able to travel with those people. So,
For sure.
Some things we go to with our white friends.
What about you, Cece? Oh, wow. How do you feel? Why is it important for you to have the queer BIPOC space specifically?
I think just safety. I think naturally when people like me navigate the world, it's always white, it's always straight. And I don't think I had community that felt safe until I was 30.
Same.
And I had opportunities here and there, the club and things like that, but it was never a tight knit community, especially being from a small town. And so now experiencing it as a 30-year-old and older, I don't know, I guess you could say I got spoiled to it. It changed my mind for him, and I'm just obsessed with feeling that safety net,
I do know. I know 100% of what you're talking about. That's why Kueen Talk created. I think my surrounding group that I surrounded myself once before kind of got it too, realized, okay, I got to get on this train or it's not gonna work out, because I always surrounded myself. It was either with men or it was white women. That it was never in between. So now it's I never really felt seen in those groups. Now that I'm older, I was I've never been seen for who I really am in those groups. Whether it was with the men, you feel oh, you're just a bro, but I'm not really a bro though. I'm a still sis. I'm a sis. With the white woman, it's it's white women. It's not a black woman. So I do know. I do hear you 100%. I get it. And you guys started this. You guys met while you guys both just were I'm going to go live in Mexico. Is this how this happened? Or how did you guys both get to Mexico in the first place?
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
I think for me, it was stress, how I ended up there. And just, America just got too much for me. Okay. And I was watching YouTube one day and was there was a guy and he was like, yeah, I don't live in America anymore. And all I do is travel full time and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, wait, you can do that? And then I like binge watched every video. And literally I was like, I'm moving to Mexico. Like that was one of the places that he was in, Playa del Carmen. And I was just like, I'm gone. And so in 2 months I had like sold everything and just
Wow.
moved. Yeah. It was kind of crazy.
You sold everything and were just like uprooted. And did you have connections there at all? Or did you know anyone?
I had never even been to Mexico before. Yeah.
Did you even have your passport?
No. I was wild and I just was like, I'm out of here. But I think it was just like this overwhelming feeling of just like this can't be this can't be it. You know, and every day, yeah, literally just working every day, paying bills, like this cannot be it. And so I think my soul just needed something drastic, you know? And it was like, okay, I'm gone.
That's dope. How did you get there, Kendra?
You threw up the night before you left.
I did. I did throw up.
I guess short stories. I had made a fuck ton of money in LA. I'd been living in LA 3 years before COVID hit, and I had spent a decade before that in New Orleans. I spent all my 20s in New Orleans, and from there shifted to the West Coast and left corporate and gotten my creative, not so corporate but corporate hourly wages bag, and made a lot of money. And my partner and I and our 2 dogs were living in LA, and our lease was up, and COVID, it was like fall of 2020 when our lease was ending. And we were like, we could either spend a bunch of money to find an apartment in LA, because we were living in a really sweet spot with a family connection. So like LA price, we were not paying LA rent for LA space. And so that's ending. And so that blessing was like going away. We were like, hey, we could really like pay LA prices to live in LA or not. And we chose to or not. So similar to Cece, we sold all of our shit. I had like a whole house full of shit. You know, I had a home in New Orleans for 10 years, and you hauled everything to LA and had a whole life. We had a couple garage sales. I had a couple COVID safe, like I highly recommend if you ever move out of the country to have like a walk through yard sale. Don't haul everything outside for 2 days, a whole weekend. Just have your friend come through your house and buy.
Okay. Like an estate sale.
Yes. That's how you do it. Hauling everything is so overrated, but the garage sales are clutch, you know? Mm-hmm. There's a way to do them, I think. And so we did that. And we packed up a Nissan Altima, and we drove from Los Angeles to Playa del Carmen. We planned for a 7-day adventure. It actually took 11. We did no overnight driving, no nighttime driving. So we stopped every day and rested and took our time. And it was the adventure of a lifetime. We had vacationed in Tulum once before. So Mexico.
Okay, you've been to Mexico. You had your passport. It wasn't just but you drove. Did you drive, Cece? Did you?
I flew.
You flew? Cece, you just packed what you could in a bag and just dipped out?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Bro, okay, so when you got there, what did you do? Like, I'm just like, okay, you got your stuff packed in a bag. Did you like have things arranged beforehand? You're like, okay.
Yeah, I had an Airbnb.
Okay.
The plan was to try it out. Like, we wanted to be there long term, but we said, let's give ourselves 30 days. So we got an Airbnb for 30 days, and we just tested out. And then after that, we were like, oh, yeah, we're here. This is it. And we stayed for almost 2 years.
Did you go? Oh, wait, you guys didn't go together, right? So you guys both went to Mexico with, were they both significant others too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Partners. We met.
Okay, cool. Cool. So you got there with, and then you guys got an Airbnb. How did you guys navigate that, Kendra? Like, did you have like a B&B plan? Did you have like a?
Yeah, during the COVID situation, I was barista. I was a barista in the early morning weekends at Hilltop in LA, which is a very black coffee shop. And one of my friends, who was a yoga instructor, came to see me all the time. We were friends outside of work as well. And she was at our house one night and mentioned wanting to go to Mexico for like 30 to 90 days. And I was like, okay, that sounds kind of sexy. So I brought it home to my partner and I was like, how do we feel? And my partner was like, you're nuts, but whatever. Like, we don't have anything to keep us here. And so I went back to my friend Anna and I was like, come over, let's do mushrooms. Let's see if this is for us. And it was for us. So Anna had moved there like maybe a week before we did because we had to drive. And so we the same thing. We rented an Airbnb for 30 days in Tulum. We had intended to move to Tulum. And it just wasn't sustainable Wi-Fi, like developed enough for me to sustain my work there. And so we didn't stay there, but maybe like 50 days. But the same, we rented an Airbnb to hold us and be safe for 30 days. And I will say, asterisk, it is so much easier to move apartments in my experience, Mexico, I don't know, by other foreign countries, than it is in America. Everything, there's so many furnished apartments. All you have to do is move in, give an email for like utilities. Wi-Fi is already there. You just pay the landlord on top of your rent. And so it's a lot more feasible than it is in America to make those moves, I think is worth saying.
Speaking of feasible, the pricing wise. So I know you went from LA prices to Mexico. Well, where were you originally from, Cece, when you moved?
I moved from Florida.
Okay, so both high expensive places.
No, not too bad. We're in northern Florida, so it's not like Miami. But it had started going up. Yeah, so that was one of the main we did pros and cons, and that was like the top negative thing is like they were going up on the rent. I'm just like, man, do we pay this or do we just be like, fuck it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what was the price like wise, like in rent wise in Mexico, or the Airbnb that you guys got?
Well, Airbnb is a little bit more pricey, and I think it's a little. It kind of like helps you start, you know. So like for us, when we got on Airbnb, it is significantly cheaper, but not by much because you're using an app. But after that 30 days, the host, I'm like, do you have any other units? And she was like, yeah. And we paid half the price. Nice. So we were paying $700 for a smaller unit in the same building after we did our first month.
So $700 like US dollars?
Yeah, USD.
And was like the value, like, was it better? Was like the apartment better that you guys stayed at? Yeah,
I would say so. Yeah, it was nice. Everything was included. Like
I forget you did say that, like the Wi-Fi,
furniture. So yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
It was close to everything. It was nice. A pool on the roof. It was nice.
Oh yeah. Then yeah, good. Kendra, you felt the same way too. Like
I was living very luxuriously. Our first apartment after Airbnb, we got off of Airbnb and went on Facebook. Mexico uses Facebook and WhatsApp. Mm-hmm. And so getting off of Airbnb was able to bring our 2-bedroom, 1 bath, get 2-gate security, community pool, reserve parking for $500 a month. And then anywhere up to like $1,000 USD a month.
Yeah.
So very much leaving more space to live than to pay rent.
For sure.
Was a big deal breaker for me.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I feel like it needs to be said, like, both of you guys are from small town originally.
You don't even know where I'm from.
South Dakota.
How do you? I said it.
I got the research. What do you mean? I got thing. You're from South Dakota. Cece's from Ohio. Like,
whoa! I never said that online. Okay, no.
And that's what it says. That's what it says.
I was waiting to tell you because then before we recorded, you told me that you were from a small town, and I was like, okay, I can't remember where I'm from.
Gotcha.
Yes. But like this, and I've been talking to like guests, like here in Wichita, if you stay in a hometown, like you get this small mindset, and like you guys were both just like, I got to get up out of these small towns, and ended up in Florida and Cali, and then to Mexico. Like, what gave you guys that leap of faith to like leave that behind?
Few things, I guess. Boredom. That could be number one for me.
Okay.
It was just overwhelmingly white and boring. And that in itself was enough for me to be like, let me try Florida. You know what I'm saying? I think I need a lot of spice and excitement and new shit, you know?
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, well, I'm going to Florida, fuck Ohio. And then from Florida, it was Mexico.
At what age were you when you left your hometown?
Well, I left early because I went to Pittsburgh for a while, did a few semesters at an art school out there, and then came back, and I don't know, I think I was like 21 when we moved to Florida. I was young.
Yeah, that is pretty young. That's like a dangerous age to move to Florida.
Yeah, I guess you could say. He wasn't that badass, I'm telling you.
He wasn't?
Nah, North Florida is not the same as like Miami and Orlando.
Okay.
It was different. It was warmer. There's beaches. Yeah, different people.
What town, like when you say North Florida, what's Pensacola? Okay, Pensacola. Okay, I've been there. Been to like Destin.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of my high school friends lives there in Destin right now.
Oh, fun!
Yeah.
How far is this? An hour.
No,
literally 55
but
minutes.
Low key, it was still pretty white when I visited.
Oh yeah, that's right. But it's beautiful.
Yeah, so like the scenery helped you stay in that area, because it's like, yeah, it was so pretty.
It's the Caribbean Ocean, so the waters are pristine, and it's not Miami, so you can find empty beaches. It's really a nice, so like maybe not obviously not live, but to visit, spend a season. It's good. It's beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it was really nice, and like you said, the beach was really, really nice too. That was actually, I went snorkeling. You know, I'm in that percentage of like, I was down in there. My friend's partner is a scuba diver instructor, so we went scuba diving and did that too. It was pretty dope.
Oh, new world.
Yes, it was. And if you ask anybody, they would tell you I would never do that. But my oxygen at the end of it, my oxygen was very, very low. Like we had to come up because because I was just making sure. I was like, you can breathe underneath this water. It's just crazy.
Wild
crazy. It is. Kendra, what about you? Like from South Dakota to Cali, like
my reason for leaving bumfuck South Dakota is for survival. I could not have survived there as a queer, Black and brown woman, human. So my reason for leaving was survival. I, like Cece, did a couple semesters of university in a very smaller mountain town in South Dakota. And from there, actually, when I was 18, I moved to Houston. I went to Houston. I had my eldest brother still lives there. And I went to stay with him less than a year before I moved to New Orleans. So I went from South Dakota to New Orleans essentially and spent 10 years in New Orleans and then to LA and then to Mexico.
Man.
My reason for leaving was survival. I knew from a very early age that I could not stay there. And so I figured out a way to not stay there.
Yeah. Me and my partner have talked about like leaving Wichita too. Since creating Kueen Talk though, I have found like there is a lot of queer people of color here in Wichita. It's us getting together. That's where it's like missing that space. So we're gonna stay around for a few more years and see what we can do. But like you said, like with your guys' partners, there's nothing holding us back. Like we have a dog, but that's it. Like there's no reason for us to be held down to one spot. And I've thought about like, I've seen them come up on my For You page too, of just like people moving to a whole nother country. Like that's never even been like a thought of mine. Like, okay, like an option. Like, yeah, let me just go move to Mexico or move to Thailand, because Thailand has been like on my mind a lot. Like, I don't know why I'm always just like, let's go to Thailand. I've been saying that for like the last year now.
Go to Thailand in April. This is your invitation, personally.
I seen it on your list. I did. I definitely did. I was like, okay.
I feel you though in the scheme of life, like that being a very impulsive decision. Like I had not ever imagined myself living in another country, and so I appreciate you saying that, because I too, I think like I said, in the scheme, it felt impulsive, but really, not really.
It's right. It's realistic. Like people come to America all the time. Like they want to come here. So it's like, why not go visit another, and you can always come back. Like it's like when you move states, like you can come back. And you guys, obviously you decided to come back. Are you guys currently in Florida? Both of you guys are in Florida, or why did you guys decide to make that move back, especially now? I'm just curious.
I have a business in Florida.
Okay.
So I came back really just to check on my business and get things in order before we head out again. And in the midst of that, we started this.
Well, let's plug the business. What's the business?
Oh.
Or you don't want to plug the business?
I mean, I can. Yeah, I have a barbershop in Pensacola, Florida. It's called.
Hell yeah! I seen you a little fresh. I seen you was fresh today.
Fresh,
I seen that. I was like, oh yeah.
I don't play no games.
Came in fresh.
Are you a shop today?
Are you an actual barber too, or did you just open up a shop?
Oh yeah. I'm a barber. I've been professional for like almost 9 years, but I've been cutting hair since I was 12.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's dope. That's a trait like that. They be eating my money, taking it. And I got to go every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks, $60 a month. That's just
in Wichita.
Hey,
in Wichita.
Hey, yes. No, well, it's no $60. So I go twice. So it's $30 each time.
Oh, okay.
$30 each time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it ain't like I get much. I just be getting this little thing right here, little thing.
So much better after you have your hair cut.
Oh yeah.
It's worth it.
For sure. It is. It's a necessity for sure. But the prices just keep going up and up and up.
Easy work.
Yeah.
She went to LA and got a haircut once, and that was an experience.
Mm-hmm.
60 days for one.
Yep.
L50.
Yep. And I did that too, but they probably cut all your hair though, right? Or is it just no 60?
I just had a little taper.
Yeah.
And it was
yeah, I think he did charge me like $45, $40 when I was in LA too. Like it's crazy. Them prices there are just wild. And it cost me $90 to get this done in LA. Like my braids, like $90.
But to your point, it's a very good trade.
Yeah.
It is. It
Very
definitely. It is. And I think what's your barbershop name?
Crown Barber Studio.
Crown Barber Studio in Pensacola, Florida.
And it's Crown Cuts on Instagram.
Crown Cuts. Hey, plug it. Cece, you be plugging it. Hey, had to come check up on the business. That's a flex. You better had to come check on the business real quick. And then do you guys plan on going back to Mexico or? I don't even know.
We're deciding.
Yeah, I love that for y'all.
To Mexico, but I think we're interested in Asia.
Okay.
We'll see.
Yeah, that's dope. How did your guys' families feel about like you guys just like leave, like how you guys navigate the world? Or you obviously don't care much, but
my mom was pissed. Yes, only because my mom was born and raised in South Dakota, and for the first time ever, she was moving to California. Like 3 months before I was like, I'm moving to Mexico.
Oh.
And just the timing, she was really upset. And it was during COVID and she was very scared. And she took it very personal because of the timing, even though, like you said, it wasn't about her at all. It wasn't my calculation of like, how's mom going to feel about this? But she took it very personal, and she was very scared because it was COVID, because it was Mexico, because she watches the news, because she's a boomer. She was scared, but she moved there. She loved it. She came to visit, and she was grateful that she had a different country to visit and feel safe in.
And what about you, Cece? And before I ask the next question.
Yeah, my parents, they just think I'm insane. Everything I do, they're just like, what? You doing what now?
Will you inspire them?
I was just about to say, is it because they don't know any more than what they've grown up around?
I think initially when I tell them things, they're just like, what? And then eventually the inspiration comes.
Yeah, that's
sometimes.
True.
But at first, nah. Mom's like, you're moving where? You're doing what? You're gonna quit your job and open up a what? Yeah, they did. Now I think they just along for the ride.
I think so.
So you quit your job to open up your barbershop?
Oh yeah, I was a corrections officer.
Okay.
And I just
the onion layers, right?
I was just like, I'm doing this now. My mom was like, okay, this is a really good job, stable, insurance. And I was like,
yeah, that 401k, that's what my brother does.
Yeah, I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm done.
I don't blame you. That place, I worked I was a commissary at a jail for a year. And when I felt like I did not like being in that space every day when I went to work. Like
very low vibrational space to be in.
Yes, it would be a good study on the workers there in those facilities. Like my brother, I love him, but he's different. He's a different person. Like he's just so stoic when it comes to certain. I'm just like, dude, like what? It doesn't bother you, and it's like
it starts not really. You just get numb to stuff, and yeah, it's a wild experience.
But that's dope. Like you guys are very what's the word? Spontaneous for sure. Just quit your job, start a barbershop, move to Mexico. Like, did you guys do your research before picking Mexico though? Like you mentioned, your mom being scared and stuff. Like, did you guys do your own research?
It was one of the only countries at the time that Americans were allowed to go to.
Oh, really?
So it was a narrow list.
because it was COVID.
I think that helps. I thrive creatively in boundaries. And I think that for me helped because it's a big world. Where could I go? I can go anywhere, but I can really only go to these couple places. And having been there once, it was an easy pick for us. But yes, it was very well researched. My partner at the time was a researcher and a scholar, and so that was very helpful for me to just be like,
Cece.
Packed, like. It was, I'll play on the garage sale. And she's like, I'm going to figure out how to get us there. And I'm like, excellent. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
So I was just like, Playa del Carmen. Cool. Let's go.
Yeah. And it was one of the, I think there will be studies done on it in time, because geographically it was a hub of expats for COVID.
Specifically.
Yeah.
Black. So it was, for me, it was a very special experience to be able to move to a foreign place and feel surrounded by familiarity. Because there were so many Black Americans, Black Europeans,
Okay.
you know what I mean? And so it was really a hub for expats at the time. And I think historically that will be something to talk about.
For sure.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because I was just gonna ask, like, the diversity wise, like moving there and being a queer person, like, is obviously it's a safe space. Because if you guys didn't know, they got a travel group, Stardust and Wanderlust, and that is the first place you're going. So, how is it with queer people? Did you know that it was a good queer space before you moved there, or you just found that out like as you guys got there?
I didn't know.
I knew it was safe. I didn't know how much queer people thrive there. I think safety box check. Thriving, didn't know till I got there. But Playa is very gay. Mexico is very gay. So City, I've been to Merida, and Mexico's pretty gay.
They're open to gay, I would say.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say
they're very machismo too. Culturally, it's a balance. I think that's true.
Yeah.
That can be true anywhere.
Yeah,
because you have the machismo culture, which is very apparent, very unfortunately vibrant, but also, when you know how to navigate and use that discernment, I think, and I think that's a reason for the travel group is to reinforce that safety of, like, I feel safer in these places when I'm not alone, A, and then B, when I can be with a group of people that look and think like me, I feel extra safe. And so being able to bring a group of really special humans together and, like, meet them for the very first time on the land in Thailand or on the land in Mexico is so special for us. And I think traveling full time has made me distant from my very everyday involved communities. I'm with the people and the things at the places all the time. And so being out of the country and being able to realize that, to look back on my 3 years in Mexico and be like, I had 20 to 25 friends come and visit me and stay in my apartment and experience this beautiful land and these beautiful people with me, and then go back to their homes. I was like, we can do this everywhere. We should do this everywhere. When she mentioned it, I was like, that aligns so well with me missing my people and seeing my people.
Yeah. So how did you two connect? Like, you guys both went separately, but how did you guys connect in Mexico?
On a dance floor.
Oh, yeah?
We were both just separating, I think, in different ways naturally from long-term relationships, both 7 years in with partners. And there was a season where we were all friends, and then there was a season where we're all no longer friends, and we're just living
no longer in a relationship.
In romantic relationship.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a natural occurrence. We met on a dance floor. All four of us knew each other at one point, and some of us went our separate ways, and some of us went our separate ways together.
It's a very deep story, but yeah.
But I think it's a really beautiful. It makes sense for my life, like not so much like for the plot energy, but just like love will happen whenever, wherever. And I think it's a gift for me to be open to that in a way that I'm aware of what's happening, and I'm aware of what could be, and I'm aware of, like, making that transition and not being in a place where I don't think that you came in and took over each other's lives. I think it just...
Were you guys all platonic friends? You guys were all platonic friends as couples?
We were. Also, Playa del Carmen is a vortex. I think that will be part of the cultural study of 2020. Like, how many people went there and were like, who am I? And who are you? And what are we doing? And I think COVID played a big part in that. COVID culturally was weird.
It really was. And obviously you guys were still like out in the club scene, like in Mexico during that time, or you guys weren't washing your groceries inside like I was from the sounds of it.
I was for a long time. I
Yeah.
wore a mask even traveling, I think 2023 even. I was still traveling. She was making fun of me because I would be like going to see my mom and I'm like, where's my mask? But I think
I was also in Florida. Let's just start there.
Our masking from the West Coast to Southern America was so different. She's like,
right, yeah.
We were shut down for 30 days.
Yeah.
That was it. And that was after, like, I think you guys had been completely shut down.
No, California went nuts.
How did you think, was there a lot of cases in Florida though during that time? Like, were you guys just out here? Do you even know? Or,
I mean, I think.
Was any of your family affected by it? Or
no.
anyone that you know?
Not. Okay. I had like a couple friends that got it. Because obviously I own a barbershop, so like there was a barber that like caught it, and that was a thing. But like overall, no, it wasn't. And then when we did have people who got it, like yeah, things happened. It wasn't like I guess life threatening in a way. It was just like. I got COVID.
To you people in Florida. That's like, I never even like thought about that because I do like remember now I'm like thinking back during COVID days, Florida really didn't give a fuck. Like they was like
tearing us up. But you being in Florida, it was just like, oh, okay, everything is everything. But then meeting her and talking about her experience, I was like, wow.
Right.
It was not like that.
Exactly.
The world was open. Yeah, it was just regular.
Right, yeah. My grandma was in the hospital by herself for a couple months because of COVID, yeah. And that was like, that sucked. That sucked. And the family member lost. But it is, Florida be different on a lot of stuff. I had a guest say.
It was a weird space.
Yeah.
I think you saying that made me remember this moment, but I think maybe 90 days before we decided to move to Mexico, where I walked outside. I had a beautiful pit bull at the time, and I was taking her out for a walk, and overlapping with COVID was those wildfires in California, that wild season of fires. And I remember stepping outside our front door and thinking to myself, I cannot go outside and take a walk because I cannot breathe air because of COVID. And I actually can't go outside and take my dog out because I can't breathe air because of fires. And I cannot live this way anymore. On top of raising my rent to $3,000. I can't do it. And I think that was a moment for me that you just made me remember that I was like, something's got to be different. And this is an opportunity for that to happen.
Yeah, that's awesome. Like I said, y'all moving to Mexico, but I want to talk about this group that you guys have because I've seen a group similar, like like they have a group meet up for queer BIPOC to come, and I thought, okay, how are the dynamics of this group? Have you guys been on like a group trip with strangers before?
I have not.
You have not?
Have not, but I'm strangers. There's no strangers to me. I literally have friends everywhere I go. And I think that's something that grounds me in unfamiliar places.
What about you, Cece? And you seem pretty quiet, Cece, until like now I feel like, 30 minutes in, we cool now. But like, what about you? Because you're pretty quiet.
What's the question?
With strangers, and because you guys have a group it's all queer BIPOC or queer strangers coming together. Like how do you feel?
No, I have never traveled in that way. But I think the reason we came up with it is because it's so like, how do I explain it? Like it's kind of like jarring in a way, and it kind of will shake up what you have going on. Like to go somewhere with people you don't know and just like, kind of similar to the way that we just, like we surrendered and just threw ourselves into, like I threw myself into Mexico, never being there. And I mean, same with you, kind of, traveling to Tulum and moving to Mexico is two different things.
Absolutely.
So I think that's intentional for us to kind of like, you don't know who's going to be there and you just show up.
Yeah. But you guys do it in a way to where like you're having Zoom sessions beforehand. So like you can see the people. And you guys have like a couple of those, right? Like to where you get to know each other before you're like even going on this trip.
We do. I think that that's an important piece of traveling to meet strangers. I think is being semi-familiar, especially with the level of anxiety and like weirdness in our society. And I think it's important too that by nature and by professional trade, I am a connector. Like it's in my professional bio that I'm a connector, and I thrive in community, and I have this energy. She's literally trying to make me go. We actually have a bet right now that if she did this podcast, I have to go live on TikTok 2 times and trade because she grasps without the fear that I have, the importance of showing our energy. Like we have this energy that you can show up to a room or a villa and you're going to feel welcomed and you're going to feel cared for because I genuinely care about you. Even though I've just learned your name, I really do care. And Cece has the same qualities, but less vocal and less like facilitator training, but I'm able to use my training and use my nurture and my natural abilities to create space. And I've been doing that for a very long time. And I really like value that about myself. And I value the people that allow me to share that with them. And I think that that is something that makes us a little bit different and a little bit more special than other groups is that like, yes, you're coming to meet strangers, but I would literally bet you money that you will leave not feeling the same way.
Yeah. And I think that's the ultimate goal, right? Is to like connect because it is specifically with like an identity of yours. Like I think that Black queer, like that's already creating that safe space to be vulnerable with that like identity, which is important because like I don't get that. I personally don't get that often. And you guys in Florida, if you're in Pensacola, Florida, so you're not unless you create that space or have that community yourself. So I think it is important. Like I know me personally, I know my partner. That's something I would have to be like, I would have to like really talk her into like going and staying with a group of strangers. But I think it's all separate rooms, which makes it better, right? So it's like you still have your own space. You don't even have to do everything that you guys have on the itinerary, which is a lot of stuff. Like you said, you guys have like what is like on the itinerary? I've read it, but like if you want to share, like if someone wants to join,
there is a lot of activities for value, because I think that we want to obviously make it worth the cost. And I think just the activities and honestly, like the vibes alone, I think puts the value in a very sweet place. But we have a lot of activities so that if you want to stay busy and you want to be very involved with the group, we have that available. Everything is optional. If you wake up on a Tuesday and you're like, hey, I actually don't feel like doing sunrise yoga walk on the beach, then don't come.
Yeah.
But if you're like, hey, I'm actually very shy and need a little bit of motivation and kind of want to come to sunrise walk, I'm going to tap on your door in the morning and invite you, But there is space to breathe. We pick villas and hotel spaces that allow for that. There's space to retreat. There's balconies, there's backyards, there's rooftops. And we do that with very much intention so that we value our alone time. And so we think that other people do too. And based on our own experiences, that is very necessary, especially for us as space and energy holders in that space. There is a necessity to retreat on vacation around a group of new people in a new place. That is necessary. And so we do a great job to create that. But yes, everything's optional. it's choose your own adventure, choose your own pace.
Yeah. But yeah, and I want to, like, for those that are like, oh, they don't like their group environment, it is like a private bathroom and your own private room. So like you do have that private space to go off and relax and just take that time alone. There's 8 spots open for this one. If they want to get involved, if they want a spot on this trip, how can they do it?
Our website, first of all.
I'm so proud of our website, by the way, y'all.
It is really nice. That's Stardust plus Wanderlust.
Stardust meets Wanderlust.com is the website.
It is.
Excuse me. What was the question? How do they reach us?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just our website shows everything. We do have our first trip is in November, but the next one is April 3rd through the 11th.
We're going to Bangkok.
And we're going to Bangkok, Thailand. Yeah.
When you mentioned Thailand, I'm like,
Yep, I know. I didn't look at that one specifically though, but I will.
You have enough time to convince your partner.
Mm-hmm. She knows I want to go to Thailand. I think it's a 24-hour flight from us, but
intense, but we can do it.
Yeah.
And there's time to rest when we arrive. That's built in. You know, It's just like that where we're like, what do we need when we travel, and what do we want to give our friends and our new friends and our friends to be when they travel as well. I think we got a really good taste of that having visitors in Mexico. Like we literally hosted people back. Cece met me and she was like, how many friends do you have? In here every 13 days. And I'm like, because people love me and I miss them.
Yeah. And she's in Mexico. Like
17 days is a reach. So it was like 5 days. This person's gone. This person's coming. It was fun though.
It was so fun.
And we realized doing that like, yo, we could host. Like, we could really host people and show people around and show them a great time. And we did just that in Mexico.
I think separately, we love traveling. And I think something that we have learned about each other that is similar is that we don't travel very touristy. Like, we might go to like the number one restaurant, maybe, but probably not. And we're still going to eat so good and not overpay for our food and see really great art and meet really beautiful people. And that's what we want to share with this community is like our experiences of traveling the world separately and together and like be able to do that in community.
Yeah, I think you guys are a perfect duo for this creation too. I mean, for you guys to both just be like, okay, pack up, leave, we're both going to Mexico, like, and then figure it out. I think that's like literally selling all your stuff. You see that shit in movies, right? I'm packing up my shit, I'm selling it, I'm moving across the fucking country. I'm moving to another country. Like that's really dope. And like low key, like that's I'm a little I admire that. Like that's pretty dope for you guys to have that courage to do that. Because that's a lot of courage to be able to just pack up your shit, not even have a passport, and then be like, I'm gonna get this passport and I'm fucking moving to another country.
That
I'll take one.
How do I do this? Cool, got it. Yeah.
That's dope. That's dope.
I think that Cece has really, I think, retaught me in our relationship and in this endeavor and this adventure is that A, anything is possible, and B, we create our own realities. And those things have been incredibly powerful and incredibly transformational for the way that I show up in the world. And I think that those are really beautiful things that I want to share with the people that I love. Is like the thoughts that you have, like we create our own realities, and like sure we can minimize that and say, okay, Kendra and Cece moved to Mexico, but like also I challenge you to like think about that and sit with that too. Can do anything.
Yeah, that's the title of the podcast. We create our own reality. Yep. I love it. I love it. What advice do you guys have? Like that was good. That was good advice right there. That was good, Jim. Advice do you have for anybody anybody that may be watching this podcast, what advice do you have?
What's your gem? Drop a gem.
A gem? I don't know if I have a gem.
That was your gem. Let's be honest. That was your gem. We create our own reality.
Oh, that's yours. Yeah, you taught me that.
So I think it's you.
Mine is find magic in the mundane.
Okay.
Like, I find joy in doing dishes some days. I hate doing dishes, but some days I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, I think it's being thankful and blessed you got the dishes to wash, the water coming out to be able to wash the dishes, or the hand to be able to wash the dishes at the water. Like there are things like
much magic in the mundane. For sure.
Yes, yeah, for sure. I appreciate you guys being a guest here on Kueen Talk. I don't. It's been 5:15. They said I have a 5:30. So time.
For having
respect you guys' time.
Conversation.
Yes, you guys are dope. Like your energy. I appreciate it, and I feel like you guys would be a good vibe to like go on a trip with, and just good people. Like I do feel that energy. So if you guys are curious to go on a trip with a group of queer BIPOC individuals, you guys should definitely check out Stardust plus Wanderlust. It is a great place to start because, like just this conversation right now, I'm like, okay, let's go to Thailand. I'm really about to look after this after we get off of here and see.
And I'm gonna send you my James Brown YouTube video.
Okay. I'll definitely have to check that out. Yes, thank you guys again. Thank you for tuning in to this episode. If you guys enjoyed this episode, leave a comment below. If you guys are interested in going on this trip, the information will be below too. Just check in the description. And remember, as always, family, friends, strangers, love, and be nice.